next session on operations research. In this session, we will take up numerical on game theory. We will take up the third type of numerical, that is on dominance principle. Solve the following game using dominance principle. There are two players given, player A and player B. Now here you can see that there are multiple strategies that are possible by each player. So when there are multiple strategies, you need to go for dominance principle. But dominance principle ultimately will bring you down to solving with either odds method or pure strategy. So either of the two methods you will have to use at the end. So we will start solving this. Before that, I'll tell you that there are two types of problem. One is called as simple problem and one is called as the average problem or the average method, which is used over here. So what is simple method and what is average method, I'll tell you as I solve the problem. So when you start solving this, you should always remember that A is playing for profit maximization and B is playing for loss minimization. So when they both have decided their strategies, now you will have to start solving for player A. Say we will start with the rows. You will compare, say, the first row and the second row. If row A has all values less than row 2 or equal, then we can cancel out row 1. What I am exactly doing is I am cancelling out those rows for player A which will give him minimum profit. So we will cancel out, say, row 1. If all the elements of row 1 are less than or equal to row 2. Similarly, I will compare the other rows and I will check and I will cancel out the rows. So first we are going for the row scanning. I will start with the first row and the second row. Now what I told you was an example. I don't know the values. I'll just see the values now and then decide whether it is actually less or not. So let's compare. 4, 4 equal. 2 is less than 3. 0 less than 1. 2 is less than 3. 1 less than 2. 1 less than 2. So yes, row 1 is less than row 2. All the values. They are either equal or less. Please be careful. So I will start here and I will cancel out the first row and I'll write down this is my first strikeout that I have made by comparing 1 and 2. Also you can write that and keep so that later on if there is some confusion in the problem or you're not able to get the answer, you can just revise very quickly with the solution that you have created. So once row 1 is out, now we'll go to row 2 and row 3. You can again compare row 2 and 3 and see if any one of the two rows is minimum, you can strike it out. So let me check. 4, 4 equal, 3 equal, 7 is greater. This is less, this is more. So here you can see that there is a problem. 1 is less, 1 is more. Here this is more, this is less. So you cannot cancel out any of the two. You can go to the next one. Say I am comparing 3 and 4. They are equal. This is lesser. This is lesser now. So again we cannot compare. Then let's compare 4 and 5. Equal, equal. This is more. This is more. Equal, equal. So if this is lesser, so I can strike out here and I'll write out this is the second cancellation between 4 and 5 I have compared. So this is my second strikeout. Now after scanning all the rows, I have realized that no more cancellation is possible in rows. So I will go for column scanning. So when I go for column scanning, I'll have to first remember that B is playing for loss minimization, which means any column which will have maximum value has to be striked out so that B will remove those strategies which are causing more loss to B. So let's compare 4 greater, greater, greater. So I can cancel out the first column itself. This is my third cancellation by comparing 1 and 2. First and second column. Then let's compare 2 and 3. I can see this is greater, but here this is greater, so not possible. I'll compare 2 and 4 equal. This is greater, this is greater. So I can compare 2 and 4 and I can cancel out this one. This is the fourth strikeout that I have made with 2 and 4. Now what I'm doing over here is nothing but the simple problem wherein I can simply compare and cancel out. Okay, so let's go ahead and check if anything is greater. No, here also it's not possible, not possible, not possible. Here you can see equal, equal, and this value is lesser, which means this is greater. So I can also cancel out this one. This is the fifth strikeout that I have made by comparing 5 and 6. So I have made 5 strikeouts very successfully. Now if I compare, I am not able to cancel out anything further. So the simple method of cancellation doesn't work any further. Now what I am going to shift to is the average method. So for calculating average, what I'll do is, I will calculate the average of, say, for player A, 2 and 3, these two rows, and I'll compare the value with the fourth row. If the fourth row is minimum, then I'm going to cancel out that row. But if it is not less than the average value calculated, then again we cannot cancel out. Also we can go for player B, where we'll calculate the averages. If the average of two columns gives you a value which is lesser than the column present, then you can cancel out that one, because what we are doing is ultimately we are trying to go for profit maximization of A and loss minimization of B. So let's go to the calculation of average for player A. So if you see, the rows that are left are 2, 3, 4. So I'll calculate average of 2 and 3, 3 and 4. I can also calculate for 2 and 4. Now when I'm calculating average of 2 and 3, I'll compare it with the fourth row. When I'm taking average of 3 and 4, I'll compare it with the second one. And here I will take the comparison with the third one. So you can just write down and keep. So now let's take the average of 2 and 3. Here the value is 1 plus 7 by 2. That is the first one. So the average is 8 by 2, that is 4. Here it is 3 minus 5, that is minus 2 by 2, that is minus 1. And this is 2 plus 1, 3 by 2 is 1.5. Now we'll take the average of 3 and 4. So this is 7 plus 4 by 2, that is 5.5. Next one is minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6 by 2 is minus 3. And the third one is 1 plus 2 by 2, that is 1.5. Then I'll calculate 2 and 4. So this is 4 plus 1, 5 by 2, 2.5. Next is 3 minus 1, that is 2 by 2, 1. And this is 2 plus 2, 4 by 2 is 2. So when I compared this average with the third one, 2.5 lesser, 1 becomes greater, so not possible. So this calculation has not helped. When you see this one, 3 and 4, it is 5.5 minus 3 and 1.5. You are comparing it with the second one. So this is 5.5 is greater. This is minus 3 and that is 3. So this is not going to work. And lastly, I'll compare this one, 2 and 3. This is 4 minus 1, 1.5. This is 4 minus 1 and 2. So again, this is greater. So I'll leave it to as it is. Nothing can be done. Then I'll go for calculating average for player B. When I'm solving for player B, you can see what is left is 3, 4 and 5. So I'll calculate average of 3 and 4, 4 and 5, and if need be 3 and 5 also. First let's calculate these two. 3 and 4. This is 3 plus 1 by 2. that is 2. The next is 7 minus 5, that is 2 by 2, 1. And 4 minus 1 is 3 by 2, that is 1.5. Then you have 4 and 5. 3 plus 2 is 5 by 2, 2.5. This is minus 5 plus 1. Minus 4 by 2, that is minus 2. And this is minus 1 and 2. So it is 0.5. So this will be compared with the fifth column, 2, 1, 1.5, 2, 1, 1.5. So this is straight away greater. So I can cancel out this one. This is the sixth one, which is calculated from here. So this is not required because already 2 columns are left. If I cancel out one more column, and how will I cancel out? That's not possible. So once this is done, now you can check over here. 3 rows are left. I'll just check once more. This is gone. Third one. So when I have over here 2 and 3, 4 minus 1. You can see this is also 4 minus 1. They are equal, if not lesser. So I'll cancel out this as the 7th strikeout. So I got the 6th one from here, 6th strikeout, and the 7th strikeout from here. So once this is done, you can see only 4 elements are left. So I'll write down. Now the 2 by 2 matrix is 1, 3, 7, minus 5. Here for player A, the strategy is 2, 3, and for player B, the strategy is 3, 4. So this is for player B. This is the game left, 2 by 2. So what I'll do is, I will first choose odds method. By odds method, this is 1 minus 3, that is minus 2. And 7 plus 5 is 12. So this will be placed like this. And then vertically it is 1 minus 7 minus 6. And 3 plus 5 is 8. So this is 6 and this is 8. The summation is 14. So this problem can be solved by odds method. Now this is just a matter of chance that I chose odds method and this problem was solvable. It is possible that you can use pure strategy, fail, and then go for odds method. That is fair enough. So now we know that the value of game is 14, as you can see here. Then we calculate the probability of game happening. One into 12 plus 7 into 2 by 14. You can solve this. The answer is 13 by 7. And what are the strategies or the probabilities of strategies of player A? So for player A choosing A2 is 12 by 14. A choosing the third strategy is going to be 2 by 14. Player B choosing the third strategy is going to be 8 by 14. And player B choosing the fourth strategy is 6 by 14. So this is the answer for the question. These are the value of game, this is the probability of game happening, and these are the probabilities of the strategies chosen by the various players. This is the complete answer. And this is how you solve using dominance principle. First, you will use the principle of dominance. You will remove out the strategies which are dominant, sometimes weak dominance, sometimes strong dominance. You will remove them and then you will come down to a small game which can be solved either by odds method or by pure strategy. Any one of the two is going to give you the answer. So with this, I end the session. I hope you have understood the numerical or dominance principle. If you have any doubts, please write to me in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for latest video updates. See you in the next session. Thank you.